Dear friends, welcome back to my channel. We will continue our journey and explore many known and unknown ancient Buddhist heritage sites in India. Today we will explore the famous ancient and historic Buddhist caves, Thanale Caves. Thanale Caves is a group of 18 Buddhist caves located 72 km to the southeast of Mumbai in western Maharashtra, India, at Thanale village, Taluka Sudhagad in Raigad, 18 km from Pali. From Thanale village, it is a steep climb and long walk to the caves, which are excavated in the side of a spur of the Ghats, 2 miles to the east of the village. The caves are cut in a long line of trap cliff which faces nearly west and is 18 in number. The more important among them being the 3rd, 7th, 8th and 15th from the south end. The interior of many of the caves have been greatly damaged. The facade of almost every cave has disappeared. We now find heaps of fallen rock lying before the caves and on the slopes of the hillside. The most frequently used path starts in Thanale village and goes through dense forest, along waterfalls and mountain sceneries. These caves are also approachable from village Nadsur. Hence, these are also referred to as Nadsur caves. The caves have two notable inscriptions showing the names of donors. The cave was probably excavated between 70 and 50 DC, dated through paleographic evidence. It has two chaityas, two stupas, and the rest are viharas. These caves are some of the most ancient rock-cut caves not only in Maharashtra but in all India and were located at a complex site of the ancient trade route of Chaul. The caves at Nadsur are part of the earliest phase of rock-cut architecture in India. The complex consists of a series of viharas where monks would have once lived and a simple unadorned chaitya. The chaitya would have functioned as a Buddhist place of worship with a hemispherical monument or a stupa at one end. Cave number 3, having 6 freestanding rock-cut stupas varying in diameter from 6 feet 6 inches to 4 feet, as well as 4 smaller structural ones built of rough rubble stone and mud which have been more or less ruined. Cave number 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 12 are mostly having benches along the back wall. Cave number 7 is the most important cave in the whole group and it is also the largest. Around the three sides of these caves are cells with a bench in each and each is provided with a small lattice window. In the south wall are three cells, in the west or back wall 4 and in the north wall 1. Around the three sides of the cave and before the cell doorway runs a low bench. The whole of the back wall with parts of the north and south wall are decorated with the Buddhist rail, arch and other moldings with figures of men, women and animals. One of the panels having a short inscription Ganaka Putena Kata Kada Tena Sava means by Ganaka's son Kritika Datta. Other door having figures of the 5-hooded serpent, 2 bulls which are apparently fighting an elephant and a lion. Shallow niches alternate with the cell doors along the walls and each of the former is surmounted by the Chaitya arch with an imitation of wooden ribbing under its soffit. Above the cell have doorways are various devices and figures. Above the other 2 doorways are 2 little Chaitya arches and with a stupa and 2 worshippers in the middle between them. Another door has Mahamaya, Buddha's mother, above it. Mahamaya stands in the middle with long petticoats on a lotus holding a long stemmed flower in each hand. The elephants which are emptying water pots over her. Each stands upon a lotus. Another door having a smaller representation of Mahamaya. One of the doorways of the cell in the west corner of the south wall having a huge 5-hooded serpent, Nagas, whose voluminous folds extend in several great rolls over both the doorways and windows. In the center of the ceiling is a large rosette, about 3 feet 10 inches in diameter, composed of one large central lotus with 4 smaller ones set equidistant around it on a wreath of leaves. The space between the large lotus and the wreath being filled with lotus buds disposed in various positions. Cave number 8 is Chaitya Cave, containing a large free-standing stupa which is 15 feet high. It's having a short inscription in Dhammalipi, Mitasa Sagarakhitasa Dina Bhatuna Thupa Sakhasasa means the gift of Mitra of Sangharakshita of Stupasakha, the brother of Cave number 14. It is the same as above, which having a long window. This cave is on higher level than the rest. Cave number 16. It's an unfinished cave. Cave number 17. It's a small cave with benches. Next to this is a dry water cistern and it's having a short inscription. Pujavati ya ye Sakodi, meaning Pujavati had donated water cistern. It's fully not decoded, but in future we will try to decode it. Cave number 15. It is a very neat little square cave on nearly the same level as the last. Around the top of each doorway is a large arch, and in the tympanum of one above the doorway is Mahamaya and her elephants, while the other has no sculpture. Sculptured in bas relief on the return of the wall near this last doorway are two figures of father and mother of Buddha standing upon a huge fish. The mouth, which shows a row of teeth, top and bottom, is slightly open and the tail is curled over onto the back. Behind the gill is a fin and two others are shown beneath its belly. You must visit this ancient and historical Buddhist heritage site of India. will continue exploring the ancient historical Buddhist heritage sites in India in the upcoming episodes. Please subscribe and press the bell icon and select all. Thank you for watching.